Here's the story of Halo. Halo came to live with me when I was living on Thoroughbred Boulevard. Janet brought her to the house and said, "Oh, look at this poor little kitty. She was in somebody's engine and she needs a place to stay for a couple of weeks." And I was like, okay, well, I had a big old dog crate, and so we put this feral cat that was like mean as fucking shit, and we put it in the dog crate and cat box, food, water, everything, and the cat lived in the dog crate. Well, after about a week, Janet went and said, "I'm going to make this cat like me." So she opened the cage and reached in to grab the kitty. Little bitty kitty, just a little bitty kitty, just itty bitty kitty. Anyway, she grabbed this kitty and she bit the fucking shit out of Janet right there in that knuckle of the thumb, right there. Okay, Janet's like, "Fucking shit!" Throws the cat back into the cage. So the cat lived in the cage. About another week went by, and Janet said, I think this cat's had enough time to get used to me now, so I'm going to go and see what I can do about, getting him out of the cage, or her, because it's still, we didn't know at the time, but it was a her. So Janet goes back to the cage, reaches into the cage, cat bites her right there, same spot, in the same fucking knuckle. And Janet's like, fucking shit, fucking. And she's like, okay, that's it. I'm not touching that cat again. Okay, well, now this cat has lived with me for 2 weeks. And I'm not having a cat live in a cage. That's just not right. So I said, okay, this cat's got to get used to everything. I mean, the other animals had been going up to the cage, and Halo, that wasn't her name at the time, but Halo was like, every time anybody, animal or human, went up to the cage. And so I decided I'm going to open the cage, take the food and water out, left the cat box in there. You hungry? You thirsty? You got to come outside to eat. You're gonna have to eat with everybody else. Well, some time went by, and I was sitting on my couch in the living room. The cage was actually in the den, and I'm watching TV or listening to music, probably listening to music, and something catches the corner of my eye, and I look over, and there's the cat sitting at the one, and I was like, "Hey, little one, how you doing?" And of course she ran because I had spoken to her, and so she came back, and then pretty soon she was down. She wasn't on the arm of the couch at the other end of the couch. She was down on the cushion of the couch. And then one day, and it didn't take many days, one day she was laying right next to me. And I was like, "Hey, little one, how you doing?" Well, her original name was Reagan because she was such a fucking evil cat. Because she was feral and she didn't know humans. But I named her Hey Little One, and I shortened it to Halo. And she loved me beyond compare. I mean, this cat, I was the only one that could touch her. Jason couldn't touch her. Ani didn't live with me yet at that time. Jason couldn't touch her. Nobody could touch her except me. And she loved me beyond. I've never had any animal love me like this cat loved me. And then eventually it got to the point where Jason could touch her. And nobody else could touch her except Jason and I. Then Ani moved in. It didn't take long for her to adapt to Ani. But then one of Jason's friends, AK, came over and said, "Oh, what a pretty kitty," and reached down, and we're like, "No, don't touch the cat, don't touch the cat." But he did, and oh my God, he was shredded. This cat ripped him to pieces. Anyway, time went on. We moved several times, and one of the places that we moved, she got really sick, probably Lyme disease, and we thought we were gonna lose her. Well, then she started walking around like this. And she definitely had the Katharine Hepburn tremor. And she's still got it. She's never gotten over it. She was paralyzed for a while. But now, she's old and she is ornery. Only because she won't use an indoor cat box. But that's the story of Halo. Hey, little one. Just like J-Lo. Jennifer Lopez. Hey, little one. Halo. And that's my kitty. The oldest of my brood. She is now 15 years old, approximately thereabouts. 15 or 16. And she pretty much just gets wet food. Every now and then I give her dry food. She manages with dry food even with no teeth. But most of the time she gets wet food. And that's the story of my kitty. There you go.